Hey, what's up you guys, it's Adam here. Today is my 200th video, so well done guys, we're doing good. I can't believe I'm still doing this, to be honest, but yeah, we're here. So today we are going to, or I am going to tell you my top 10 favourite albums of all time. It's quite a varied bunch, I'm not going to lie, so yeah, we'll get started and I'll explain why they're my favourite as well. The first one is at number 10, obviously, that's where we're going to start. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. I think it's just the simple fact of how much of a classic, but like relevant album it is. It's one of those albums that you can't not like, I feel anyway. Yeah, it's just a classic album. I absolutely love it. Number 9 is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Guns N' Roses are one of my biggest influences, always have been, and I still remember the first time I heard that record. I was in the car with my mum when I was younger and she put it on, and yeah, completely just blew my mind, and yeah, it's been one of my favourite records ever since. So yeah, number 8 is Queen's Innuendo album, which was their last album that they fully completed with Freddie Mercury before he passed away. That album means a lot to me. It's such a diverse album in the sense that it's got a bit of everything on it. It's got some of their best work on it, and it's got one of my favourite songs of all time on it, and yeah, it's just a absolutely amazing album. Number 7 is Chiodo's new album, Devil. That album completely took me by surprise. I wasn't really expecting it to be as good as it was, because I mean it was their first album back. I'm not saying it wasn't going to be good, but yeah, I think Craig Owen's the lead singer and songwriter. He's one of the best songwriters of our generation. He's absolutely amazing. So yeah, that was number 7. Number 6 is Avenged Sevenfold's self-titled album. I remember I'd been listening to them for a couple of years by the time this came out, because I started listening to them when City of Evil came out. And I was completely blown away by it, completely. It was one of those albums that you just think, what the fuck is this? Because you got songs like Afterlife, A Little Piece of Heaven, Dear God on it. I also liked some of the songs that were less well known, such as like Brompton Cocktail and stuff like that, and it's got some of the best lyrics, some of the best like musicianship on it, and it's just amazing. So yeah. Number 5 is Motionless in White's Reincarnate, their new album. I think it's their best work so far, in the sense that like there's always been problems with the other two or three albums or EPs they put out. Obviously the whole mixing and mastering of Infamous was done shit, and then they sorted it out and it was an amazing album. But Reincarnate just had that kind of direction that I've always loved, kind of like the Marilyn Manson kind of Rob Zombie vibe. So the kind of darker shit. So yeah, that's number 5. Number 4 is from my friends in The Defiled, Daggers. That album, as you know, I'm good friends with The Defiled, and it's just one of those albums that's just, it's just an important album in my opinion. I think they're bringing back what was lost from metal, and they don't give a fuck, and it's a bold album, and it was in a completely different direction to their Grave Times album. So, yeah, well done guys, I'll buy you a beer later. Number 3 is Avenged Sevenfold again with Nightmare. That album, I think for me and a lot of other people, was yet again another like life-changing album, in the sense that it beat Eminem's Recovery to number 1. It was the last work of Jimmy. It was just an incredible feat to write and record that album, especially in the position they were in with Losing the Rev. And it's got some of the most heartfelt songs I've ever heard on it, and it's just amazing. So yeah. Number 2, again, Avenged Sevenfold, is a new album, Hail to the King. A lot of people don't like this album, but I think it's their best work, and I absolutely love it because, as I've said before, I'm more into the kind of darker classic kind of. I'm also along with the darker stuff. I'm into like more classic kind of metal and rock, and I absolutely love blues. So having this kind of fusion of blues and metal that works really well for them, and it was great. And there's not been an album like that since like Appetite for Destruction or Use Your Illusions by Guns N' Roses. So yeah, it's definitely one of those defining albums. And number 1, this might take you by surprise, is Queen's Sheer Heart Attack album. It was their third album. It's my favourite album of all time, purely for the fact it's so epic. There's some of the heaviest stuff on there, and then some of their most melodic kind of just ballads and shit, and it all flows through. There's not a stop. Each song flows to the next, and it's like a whole journey. And the songwriting on it's amazing, and it's just one of those albums that there's not one bad song on it. It's just they put every genre somehow into this like 10 or 12 songs. And you just think not many bands or whatever can do that these days. And Queen, as them being Queen, has just owned it as usual. And yeah, that was my top 10 favourite albums. So I'll be doing more videos like this every day. I'll be doing daily videos. Now this is the most important part of the video before I go. I need you to at some point today, when having a conversation, introduce the word bondage lion into the conversation at a random point, and then message me or comment below saying what the conversation was and the reaction of the person when you said bondage lion. So I'll put the phrase down there. I'll put bondage lion down there in the description. So yeah, bondage lion, guys. Bondage lion. Thanks, guys.